Hey you, before the video starts, consider dropping a like, a comment, and maybe consider subscribing. This really does help the channel grow. On to the video. Hey guys, it's Main here, back again with another account review, starting second try. I was looking at the game scene the entire time I was doing the last review. Anyways, today we're looking at Ulquiorra's account, famous Bleach character, if you guys watch Bleach, on Idleon known as Toshoed, and in our Twitch chat, known as Freddy Factorio. So a man of all names, jack of all trades, whatever you want to say. Anyways, let's go look at his account. Specifically gave me some advice or other things to focus on and look at to help him out. Number one being how to get crash damage. The other being how to level up shrines. So the easier of that is going to be looking at shrines. Let's take a look at that. Before I do, I did notice one thing on the dashboard you should probably do. Upgrade your Dementia Opal of Infinite Sixes to get plus 16 drop rate, to get a little bit extra drop rate. But specifically going back to shrines, talking about that, I will not be looking at the character page because one of your characters' names is a little crazy. So I'm not going to look at your how many cheese you have on your character, but on your characters, this gold cheese is really important. So having cheese across all of your characters is going to help you. The way you want to level up shrines is, you know, through one of the sailing artifacts. This first one you get, the Moe head, it gives you the bonuses from shrines in the bonuses from the shrines themselves, the damage, the crystal drop rate, the giant spawn chance, all that stuff. But it does specifically say you need to be in the same map or world to level them up. Now, the World 4 lab node makes it so that your shrines, whether your progression for shrines, you can level them up in any map inside the world, so long as the shrine is placed in the world town. So you want to kind of stick the shrines where the majority of your characters are. For me, that is World 5. So you'll see that if I go to World 5 town, all my shrines are here. And as I claim AFK time from my characters, in the World 5 maps, including the whole, I will claim the AFK time, and that will go towards my shrine. So you see I have a 30-hour timer on my first Deathbringer here. On my crystal shrine here, I have a 110166. 110166. If I claim the AFK time here, and you notice that I have golden cheese here. 110166 goes to 110323. So by claiming the time, it counts towards your shrine levels, and yes, it does work for the whole. So, even though the character is not on this map in particular, because I have that lab node active, because I have the increase of shrine level here, because I had the golden cheese, all that time goes towards increasing my crystal shrine level as well as the other shrines as well. So that is number one, how you level up shrines. Make sure that the shrines are placed in the world of where the majority of your characters are. So whenever you claim the AFK time of those characters, you can actually go level it up. The other important thing to note about shrines is in the Jade Emporium specifically, there's an upgrade you get relatively early on. It's called Shrine Collective Bargaining Agreement. Normally, if you move shrines, they lose EXP. However, if you have this upgrade in the Jade Emporium, whenever you move shrines, they no longer lose EXP. So if I move a shrine, you'll see that the EXP is not actually decreased. So we look at before the crystal shrine, you'll notice the EXP remains the same. You need this Jade Emporium upgrade. And it's kind of how people are starting to hit like level 30 shrines, primarily because of this, because there's just no way that your shrine levels actually decrease, because as you move them, they don't lose EXP. It's just a matter of collecting EXP at this point. So make sure to equip golden cheese across your characters, and put the shrines wherever most of your characters are. So if they're farming whole, for example, put in the World 5 town. If they're farming lab, put in the World 4 town. If they're killing stuff majority in like World 1, World 2, whatever, put them in that world and claim the AFK time. The other thing obviously to mention is the beanstalk. Make sure you have the golden cheese on the beanstalk, at the 10k and then 100k stack. Obviously you want to scale as much gold food effect as possible, so that's going to come from the yummy peach ring meal down here, World 6 meal that gives you a bunch of gold food effect. There's also the armor set bonus for the secret set, which requires the mittens of the gods, which is this one right here. Very painful, very long grind for a lot of people, but the set bonus gives you a 1.25 times gold food effect bonus, which is really good. Also, your warriors tend to have higher gold food effect because of a talent that gives them more gold food effect, but also because of the warriors rule bubble impacting the Shimmeron bubble, which gives you more gold food effect there. So warriors tend to have higher gold food effect because of that. and warriors will get more effect for the golden cheese, but generally across all of your characters, no matter the character, put golden cheese on them. That way when you claim their AFK time, that time goes towards leveling up the shrines. Additionally, if you use time candy, that time candy can actually level up the shrines. So if I go use the time candy on Sugmas, for example, I'm going to exaggerate things and do like a 72-hour time candy so you guys can see the actual difference. If I go back to the World 5 town, you'll see the 110323 goes up to 110674 because time candy does actually impact leveling up your shrine. So you can actually use that knowledge to great effect when actually like candying, for example, your fractal island. I think it was a fractal island, right? When trying to get the nothing hours here, you can move your shrines here, use your time candy, and not only are you going to be progressing the nothing island, but you're also going to be progressing your shrines. And this is honestly how people get to level 28, 29, 30 shrines, is by using a ton of candy and leveling up the shrines actively. So the best way to do this is putting all of your golden cheese on the character that you're using your candy on, and obviously on the nothing island trying to get to that. Or if you are trying to candy click, for example, bubbles, whenever you claim resources, make sure that your shrines are either in the World 1 town or with you as you're doing this, so you are able to level it up. Yeah, that's honestly the best ways to really level up your shrines, is by being mindful about when and where you're using your candies, when and where your shrines are placed, as well as the most of your characters are going to be placed in the same world, with the shrines being in the town for that world. Okay, so that's pretty much it when it comes to leveling up shrines. The best way to do it is if the ballot bonus for Shrine EXP comes around. It is a true multiplier to the Shrine EXP you get. It is one of the best ballot bonuses, but unfortunately people tend to not like it for whatever reason, because the last time it was in rotation we got class EXP. Moment of silence for that. Don't do class EXP on ballot bonus. You get literally more class EXP from leveling up grind time like 100 times than you do from the ballot bonus. Okay, I don't understand people, man. It makes no sense. Just do Shrine EXP, please. Shrine, yeah, that ballot bonus is pretty good. Along with the kill per kill one, it's also pretty good. Anyways, moving on. The other question you had was related to crash damage. So what is this? So currently in Idleon, obviously, I'll give you some background. So mobile players tend to have problems in the game where there's an integer overflow issue, right? So if you play on mobile, you're going to encounter this pretty early on when it comes to trapping EXP, for example. If you rely on the trapper vacuum and you have over 2 billion EXP, 2.147 billion EXP whenever you claim that traps, your trapping EXP actually goes negative and you're not able to level it up on mobile. If you swap over to PC, everything will be fine. You'll be able to level it up. However, at that 2.147 billion EXP, the integer count for the game overflows, because I believe that's a 32-bit integer limit. So mobile has that limitation. Also, that's the reason, or at least part of the reason, why your storage capacity caps at up to 1050 million is because of mobile. The game was made with mobile in mind, and so that integer limit that you're hitting in storage is because of a game limitation that it doesn't want to, he doesn't want to overflow the amount of items in your storage where it goes negative and you actually lose those resources. So that's why there's a hard storage cap limit in the game, is because it's just hard for him to code around, and that's why there's that storage limit. Anyways, getting a little bit off topic here. PC actually encounters a similar issue when it comes to damage. If your damage approaches, I think, around 1E30 AFK info damage, your game can actually crash from you doing damage. I personally am not here, so I'm a ways away from hitting here, but I'm familiar with the ways of how people get there. Specifically, I think Folky, one of the pretty prominent end gamers, encountered this issue pretty early on the past few weeks. Honestly, past few months. I think it was when Emperor came out is when he started hitting this damage issue. Hitting around 1E30 damage done to a mob will cause your game to crash. So yes, the AFK info is important, but also the actual physical crit damage that you do on a mob matters. So if your damage that you hit a mob with hits 1E33, thank you, Tim, is when your game actually crashes from you dealing damage. So you actually have to physically nerf yourself damage-wise. Your game does not crash, okay? So, I mean, if I were to try and optimize the amount of damage that I actually do, I think my DK is probably the best character to do this with. I would probably have to do like weapon power foods. Here we go. One of my characters here, I think my AC has the golden kebabs. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go get some chip doublers. Good enough. Let's just get like a rough estimate how much we have. So right now we're at what? 8E26 damage. This is my damage set right here. Perfect. Let's go do a little bit of obols. Got some hyper pyre obols here for more all stat, for more damage. Let's get the cape. I think this is a damage multi right here. This trophy's damage multi. The robes here are damage multi, and I'm pretty sure Phoenix Wings, these are damage multi as well. So all of these are damage multi. And I do have some keychains as well to give me damage multi, and I do have a keychain doubler for more damage. Okay, all that said, I'm now at 1E28 damage, so I'm not there at crash damage. Fairly close, I'd say. Magnitude of 5 off. You know, all this together, you know, min-maxing as much as you can for damage is eventually how you get there. If I were to want to get here, which I don't, the way I would do it is I would be candy clicking my stat bubbles. I'd be probably upgrading, you know, big meaty claws, either with atoms or actually candy clicking the mob, because, you know, that's feasible now. Probably trying to upgrade things like Molt Orange, probably Warrior's Rule to get more damage there as well. Let's see, probably doing more statue farming for more boost food effects, as you see here. Probably getting a higher stack of golden kebabs, probably like 1 million golden kebabs or something, getting like 1 million golden cheese, and, you know, trying to hit like 1-2 million strength or something. All that together is probably also the damage pendant here. This hat right here for damage. I think that's okay. Yeah, 2E28. All that together is kind of how you do it. So, you know, doing statue farming for boost food effect, doing Dragon Warrior statue to, you know, get the statue multiplier, having all those pay to win items as well for damage multi, having pendant doublers, star sign doublers, having hyper pyro obols for all stat, getting up to like 100k of the Roid Raging bubble, having it doubled with prismas, for example. You know, getting your maybe bappity boopity up for a little bit more crit damage, not necessarily doubling it, having a power of try one doubled as well. What else? Having your meal, your total damage meals ribboned, perhaps. There's a lot that needs to go into your character for you to be able to actually hit that damage integer overflow. And it's honestly, you are a very, 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 very Tyler Perry, very far away from being able to hit that damage overflow. I honestly think you need to probably spend like a few months worth of time. And honestly, by the time World 7 comes out, there's probably going to be a fix for the damage issue, because it's affecting more and more end gamers. As the days goes on, your damage just naturally increases because of no bubble left behind, because of no stamp left behind, because of, you know, if you ever play ES, your damage goes up because of the portal as well. So there's a lot of things that need to come together for you to be able to hit this. But it starts with, number one, getting a higher level of Warrior's Rule, higher level of Molt Orange, higher level of Roid Raging, getting to like 1 million of the golden kebabs, getting more statue farming. Yeah, all that kind of coming together to help you out with that. So if you want to hit there, I'd honestly get to like 100k of the Roid Raging bubble, getting to like 10k Warrior's Rule, 10k Molt Orange, doubling Power of Try One, getting this bubble up to probably like 1,000 to 10,000 as well. You know, to possibly get you to like 1E26 damage maybe. Trying to think what else you might be able to do. Probably hitting the Feasty statue to like minimum 300, getting Dragon Warrior probably to 300 as well. Your obviously shrines, as you level this up, you're going to get more total damage here. More max HP is going to help increase your damage. What about your talent? I can't click on your character page, so I can't look at your talents. But yeah, your talents, making sure those are maxed out at 301, getting your minimum talent levels from Equinox to help with that as well. Pushing endless summoning. That's another good one. The The higher levels of endless summoning you get will give you more damage, because as you progress endless summoning, you'll get more summoning bonus multiplier. Getting more meal bonus multiplier will help you with damage as well. Obviously, more talent levels will help you with the Equinox max level. The winter bonuses here specifically is what I was talking about. That'll multiply the amount of total damage you get. It'll give you more all stat as well to help you get more damage, because, you know, all stat factors into damage because of the crystal stake upgrade, because of the power try one, all that stuff to help you. What else? Does Emperor help in that regard? Indirectly, yes. It gives you more summoning bonus to hitting a level 80 Emperor. There's the Grimoire upgrade. Skull of major damage. I mean, this is very minor, but this will help you a teensy tiny bit with damage across your characters. Pushing the hole, making sure you're at Cavern 15, pushing your layer to like level 40 to get more total damage percent. Upgrading your stamps, make sure your stamps are being upgraded. Obviously, the damage one, the stats ones, all those ones specifically to help you out with that. These are like really easy, so make sure to upgrade your stamps. Any one that relates to damage, any ones that relate to stats as well will help you out with that. Doing an Exalta stamp of the Golden Apple stamp, as you mentioned, gold food effect is really important, not only for your shrines, but also for the golden kebabs to scale the damage bonus that you're getting there. It also helps scale like the golden nomaches, golden grilled cheese nomaches for the base damage, as well as the all stat percent you get from them. There's also the golden jam to get you more HP, which scales into damage on your warrior based classes. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff of that scaling that you'd probably need to focus on. Before I forget, let me swap my gear back. Also lets me kind of recollect my thoughts. Yeah, that's good. We're back at bravery. Perfect. Back to shiny pet farming on my Windwalker because I want to. All right. Oh yeah, I guess to that point, I mean, shiny pets might help a little bit. Shiny pets actually are pretty good for one specific reason, of which I wouldn't recommend doing shiny pet farming right now because your shiny multi is only at 1k. Honestly, I would consider shiny pet farming like proactively outside of just Windwalker form, trying to actually level up your shiny pets like for levels and such, specifically when you have around like 5kx shiny multi. And a lot of that's going to come from the Lamp Wish for shiny pets, as well as breeding. The Grand Marshal Shiny Town upgrade is going to give you a little bit of shiny pet multi. What else? But yeah, meal bonuses. This is a fantastic one. This is really powerful. Meal bonuses just generally are really strong. This will scale your damage not only from the total damage meals, like Octoplops, for example, but it'll also scale your damage based off of the gold food effect, as we talked about, and also help you with Shrine EXP and leveling with that. So, these pets specifically are the most important, the most powerful. Hey, Quasar, what's up? Because they multiply basically the bonuses you get from cooking, and cooking itself is really, really powerful, just generally across your account. So that's a great one as well. This helps a very little bit, so pushing your tower levels up a lot more, getting to like 200, 200, just as high bonus as you can will help scale the damage bonus you get from MSA Totalizer. Unlocking more crops will also help you with more damage. This is multiplicative damage, or is it multiplicative? It's a damage bonus. Getting more crops found, scaling the Grimoire bonus for the crop bonuses that you get. The pencil upgrades give you more damage there, give you more meal speed, more gaming evo, all that stuff to help you out. Also more pet rate, as we mentioned. You don't have Grand Marshal as Shiny Town? Yeah, that's breeding. Upgrades. Are you not level 80 breeding? Sailing down. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. All of your artifacts are not sovereign yet, so you're missing some all stat. Okay. Yep. You're also missing Shim Lantern. Make sure you don't click the wrong tabs here. Level 2. When it comes to the Shimmer Island. Perfect. Just make sure to put all this into skill efficiency. Yeah, I mean, it's really like the only thing you can get here. Now, the total damage upgrade is like very minor. It doesn't really do a whole lot for you. It's not worth putting any points into this other than just skill efficiency, to be completely honest with you. Like, class CXP is very small. The total damage increase is very small. The stats you get are base stats, but they're just really bad. Yeah. You also get a little bit of base damage and total damage from owls, so getting up your mega feather to like 1920. Yeah, well, the bribe's good. Making sure your prayers are maxed out. Beefy for real is like an additive total damage bonus, but at this stage of the game, I mean, total defense really isn't that big. Also, just generally try to unlock Glitterbug. This is actually this is required if you want to progress Windwalker, because you'll be able to get these shiny medallions. Glitterbug is how you get that. So you equip Tachyon to the Titans, you get you equip the Glitterbug pair, so whenever you kill a giant mob, it'll spawn 2 crystal mobs, and those crystal mobs can drop their medallions. That's how you get those medallions. Beefy for real, and just total damage. Fiber of Absence, maxing this out. This is good for when you hit the like multi-kill per tier cap, which is about 51x multi-kill tiers. For Gmush, for example, trying to candy Gmush or something like that. I don't want to stay on that tab too long, or that tab. I can't stay on much of these tabs too long. Okay, since I can't look at your character's gear, because again, if you're one of your character's names, my recommendation is I would highly recommend trying to make sure you have God Shard gear or whatever highest tools you can across all of your characters, because that constitutes base stats, which get multiplied by any all stat percent that you get, such as the vials, such as the Socrates lantern, or the artifact there. Those will give you more damage. You know, as you mentioned, stats are pretty important because it scales off Crystal Stake because of the power of try 1, try 2, try 3 to help you out with that. I would also recommend trying to atom, or trying to get your Big P bubble up to an atomal pull point, because this will multiply the amount of minor link bonuses you get from your gods. So not only are you going to get more minimum talent levels here, you're also going to be getting actually, hold on before I yap too much. What is the Novasect gives you total damage, right? So yeah, if you level up your divinity levels as well as the Big P level, the Big P bubble, you're going to get more damage from Novasect, especially since you're linked to it. So make sure this character, right? Okay, yeah, the minor bonus gives you total damage. So make sure to level up your Big P bubble. Make sure to level up your divinity to get more total damage out of this. Also, it's going to help you with the minimum talent levels, so you can get higher bonuses that way to get more talent levels there. Also, the blessing bonuses, as you max them out, give you more total damage. As you get more god ranks, the blessing bonuses will give you more of their bonus. So by leveling up your god ranks, by leveling up your gods and grinding divinity a bit more, it'll help you with that. Also, the bravery has... Oh, wow. Okay. Bravery has damage here. I think you've been around long enough to know that this hurts me. This is very painful. Wow. 1,300 hours. Well, if you want more damage, this is a great way. It's like infinitely scale damage on your character. Also to get mining efficiency. If you want to get more monument AFK gain, the easiest way is getting your justice to 24k. So you have, more mental health, more dismissals, and you can push generally further and get more monument AFK gain that way. That's why I recommend justice as one of the first monuments to 24k, is because it's the easiest and best way to get AFK gain or monument AFK gain, so you can level up the other monuments a little bit faster. Honestly, my opinion, get bravery to 10k, finish out justice to 24k, and then wisdom to like 10k, and then from there it's just an endless grind of getting bravery to like 100k, getting it eventually to 1,000,000, because as you put more hours into bravery, the more sword damage you get. The more sword damage you get, the higher waves of bravery you can push to, which means you get more chances at bravery multi, which will scale all of these bonuses, not just damage. It'll scale like mining efficiency, it'll give you bucket fill rate, EXP for your villagers, bell ring and ping rate, all the good stuff that you want from bravery will get scaled, and bravery bonus multi is just such a chase thing a lot of people want to get to. If you want to get more damage as well, the gold dust bucket from the well is also another way you can get a little bit more damage. One of the engineer upgrades very, very early on, True Golden Edge, gives you a little bit of total damage bonus per power of 10 gold dust you have. So by changing your buckets in the well to focusing on gold dust right here, will allow you to get more damage. Now, generally, I would recommend trying to split your buckets across, whatever the lowest like bucket you have. So it takes 42 trillion to level this up, 38 trillion to level that up, because the reason being is because you'll get more bucket fill rate by expanding those bars. So by upgrading, expanding those bar expansions for the lowest, tier, like a well thing, will give you more bucket fill rate, and you'll be able to get more gold dust or more of this, whatever this is, gravel, so you can get more bucket fill rate, and specifically for gold dust, get more damage. The other ores here do provide you something, or some of them provide some bonuses for power of 10 upgrade. I think redstone is one. I think gravel is a gray DNA. So leveling up the buckets is still pretty good, even though it's one of the first mechanics you are introduced to inside the hole. There's no reason not to go back and try to reorganize your buckets, I suppose. What I did for a while was I had one bucket on each of them. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, just one bucket on each of the ores. They kind of expand naturally over time. So you get a little more bucket fill rate. And obviously, trying to upgrade this well upgrade to give you more bucket fill rate will help you in the long run as well. That way, eventually, you can do a little bit of grinding, get more gold dust to get a little bit more total damage there. So, outside of that, a lot of it is really just, doing a lot of candy clicking and really doing your main stat bubbles, because stats are the vast majority of where your damage comes from, to be completely honest with you, as well as those damage multipliers, those damage cards, the Emperor damage multi, the Phoenix Wings, the trophy, the Gladiator trophy, and I think the Heroic Spirit is now damage multi, right? But all those together are really how you hit that crash damage. And for anyone who's trying to push their damage, those are all the sources I would recommend trying to push. It's, all Idleon is just stacking up those really small bonuses till they eventually kind of cascade into, those larger bonuses we're seeing. If you want your damage to overflow into your character, like tools and page, you want to focus on all those like stat bubbles, for example, and doing statue farming and doing gold food farming. Gold food effect increases wherever you can. All that stuff kind of comes together. Stats constitute a large portion of that damage because the power try 1, try 2, and try 3, as well as a crystal stake upgrade from the sailing artifact. So, do a little bit of everything. Your damage will increase kind of daily as you progress that. And, naturally you'll hit that crash damage until it's capped. It just kind of takes months and months, maybe even years to get there, depending how dedicated you are of a player. If you really, really want to get there, you got a lot of grinding to do. And I think once you hit that 100k stats, I think you'll probably start, your damage will really start ramping because of those multipliers with your all stat. Also, you get a little more cash percent because it does scale off of money. Off of your all stats as well. So, all right, well, Kiora, I hope those answers those 2 specific questions you had. As always, thank you for watching, YouTube. I'll see you guys in the next video, and hope you guys like the more intense, focused account review in that one. Anyways, thank you for the account. I guess good topics to cover, especially as we're nearing World 7. People are probably going to need more damage anyways. Have a great day, YouTube. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I just want to say as a last thing, thank you to all of my Twitch subscribers and YouTube channel members. You guys really help the channel grow and really motivate me to continue making videos. If you guys do also want to support me on YouTube, it's just $1 a month for a channel subscription at the lowest tier. You can choose to give more if you want. Just want to say that. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate your support. Have a great day. Bye.